Are most of the digital twins useless?
Well, I've been building digital twins for 25 years, and I've seen that. I've been a bit worried about where we're going. Obviously, there's a big debate about what one digital twin is not a digital twin, but I look at how we visually represent and how we interact with it. But this book is not about, it's about how you build a digital twin for human beings. It's not about the IT architecture and interoperability. There's people way above my pay grade and way more expert in that. But I find that most digital twin projects fail because they overcomplicate and don't address the problem. Someone once told me, in the land of the headache, the man with the aspirin is king. And a digital twin at its most effective works when it solves one problem, and then it can be used. So what I've been working on over the years is methods of how to build digital twins. And I've come up with a few metaphors and things to help people. But I think we forget at the heart of the digital twin is a human being, whether that's harvesting the information to populate it or interacting with it. And digital twins have amazing potential, providing delivering information which is relevant to that person. Otherwise, it's just noise. I've seen hundreds of examples on LinkedIn or things where you've got these beautiful 3D models, point clouds, meshes, and basically they're just 3D postcards. They're great to look at, and don't get me wrong, visualization is hugely important, but it could be so much more. And that's why I say, I don't actually say most digital twins are useless. What I do say is they could be so much better if you approach them in a slightly different way.
Before we jump into further discussion, can you just claim that like basic point cloud or 3D mesh model is or is not a digital twin?
It is not, in my definition, a digital twin. A digital twin is one where you have the ability to ask the what if question. What if we change the temperature? What if something happened? It has to be interoperable. It has to be a two-way flow of information. And there's nothing wrong with, I would categorize a digital twin or a mesh model as a visual twin. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's perfectly useful, perfectly great for training or familiarization, but it's not by the strict definition of what I understand and what the guys who invented the term at NASA devised. A digital twin is something where you can ask the what if question. I can look at data, I can interact with it. Mm-hmm. The interesting thing is a digital twin doesn't have to be a 3D model. It could be a piece of paper. It could be a program. But the thing that makes it easier for people to engage with is when it's allied or the user interface or part of it is a visualization. Now, it's really interesting because obviously we've got point clouds and we've got mesh models, and now coming up on the rails very quickly is the whole field of Gaussian splats, which in a sense to me is the ultimate user interface for a digital twin. It allows you to navigate, but then to click and add information or retrieve information, or actually, I think probably the easiest way to say a digital twin is not a historic document. It should be able to be updated like that. That's really what I talk about. But people semantically, you get drone operators saying, "Oh, we make a digital twin." And you say, "Yeah, great. That's the outside, very infinitely thin surface of a building. What about the inside?" Yeah.